everybody. This is the second lesson of our informative writing unit. Now, last week I had you pick, or brainstorm would be a better word, 3 topics that you would be interested in writing about, informing me about, I guess is a better way to say it. And what I want you to do today is I want you to pick one of those topics, and I want you to start thinking about how to narrow it down. And what I mean by that is you aren't just picking something, a topic, and then writing everything or informing me about everything there is to know about it. Okay, you need to pick a specific, narrowed down topic. You're gonna work on writing your thesis or your topic sentence, okay? And in school you guys are given a lot of things to write about, mostly just general subjects, like turtles or Halloween or school or the Civil War or social studies stuff, all this stuff. But a lot of that stuff is very broad. We teachers, we expect you to cover a lot of ground. So what I want you to do is pay attention to this, because I want to show you what I mean by narrowing down your writing topics. Okay? Because we're going to look at how to really just bring it down to a specific focus. So first we're going to read this little excerpt here. It's an informative piece about Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday because I get to go trick-or-treating. I get a lot of candy every year. One time I was a ballerina and wore a crown. Another year I dressed up like a clown. I had red and white clown makeup on my face. It was very messy. Okay, that's pretty broad about all the stuff we can do on Halloween. But what we want to do is find the smallest topic. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, have you ever seen those Russian nesting dolls, where there's like one small doll inside of a bigger doll, and it keeps going until there's just a super small little doll at the end? That's kind of what we're going to do here with these nesting boxes. And we're going to find the smallest topic from that Halloween paragraph. And if you look at the bottom, the biggest box is Halloween. That's the broadest, widest subject. And we've pulled out a few of the details from Halloween. Getting dressed up, eating lots of candy, going trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating is circled here because that's the topic we kind of want to focus on. Okay, so then our second largest box, the second broadest topic, is trick-or-treating. So what about trick-or-treating? Places to go, trick-or-treating, who to trick-or-treat with, time of day to go, wearing costumes, getting free candy from people. And we've circled right here, getting free candy from people. That's the cool thing about trick-or-treating. What about trick-or-treating? What do you have to do when you trick-or-treat? Well, you have to wear a costume. And what are some costume types? Well, there's superhero costume, animal costume, clown costume, which the author of the previous paragraph had, or they had worn. Then this smaller box here says clown. That's an even narrower topic. What about a clown costume? Well, you decide on a costume, you buy part of it, make part of it. You have to wear makeup, a wig, and props when you're a clown. But a big part of clown makeup, or a clown costume, is the makeup, right? So then the last box here is going to be the clown makeup. And then deciding on shapes and colors, putting it on, taking it off at night. Okay, so we've gone to the smallest topic. We started off with Halloween. And that one paragraph covered all of the stuff that happens on Halloween. But we've broken it down into the smallest thing, the clown makeup that you wore when you dressed up like a clown for Halloween. So let's look at this revised draft about Halloween. And it's called My Clown Face. Halloween is my favorite holiday because I get to dress up in fun costumes and wear makeup. When I was little, I was a clown. I had an outfit with colored polka dots. It had a funny hat with bells and big red clown shoes. The best part of the whole costume was my makeup. My brother smeared white face paint all over my forehead, nose, and chin. Then he put 2 huge red circles on my cheeks and a big red smile on my lips. My eyes were painted like black triangles, and my nose had a puffy blue ball on it. I had so much makeup on that I couldn't wash it all off that night. The next day at school, I still had light red circles stained on my cheeks. So if you notice, the introductory paragraph here is Halloween is my favorite holiday. Okay, why? Because I get to dress up in costumes. Okay, what about the costumes? When I was little, I was a clown. Cool. And then I had an outfit with colored polka dots, a funny red hat with bells. Okay, that was talking about the costume. Then we get into the clown makeup. We've really narrowed it down from Halloween, costume, clown, clown makeup. So, Halloween, I get to dress up in fun costumes. When I was little, I was a clown. The outfit you wore as a clown. And then the makeup. And then what are the effects of that makeup? I had so much on that I couldn't wash it off that night. Okay. And then here's another look at this this kind of graphic organizer, the nesting boxes, and we're finding the smallest topic here of school. And the big box is school, all right? That's the big overall thing. Like, you could write about school. What could you write about school? What could you inform us about school? You could inform about your classmates, your teacher, lunch, PE, and recess. You could write about all those, but we want to write about one specific thing. All right, so we're going to focus in on recess. What about recess? What can you do at recess? Well, you can play on the monkey bars. You can play tag. You play with friends. You can play kickball. Here we've circled playing kickball. Okay, what about playing kickball? Well, you got to know the rules. You got to pick teams. You play kickball against other classes, winning, losing, and cheating. And then here was circled game against the other class. Deciding on positions, plays made each inning, the home run by the teacher, and then the last box here is the teacher home run. That's what the informational paper is going to be about. So we're going to talk about going to school and recess, but really the main focus, the narrow idea is, I went to school and my teacher hit a home run. So that's the setting, the score, the inning, the runners on base, the pitch and kick in slow motion, the team celebrating. Those are all the things you talk about. You know, it'd be like Mr. Royan's hitting the game-winning home run. Okay? So we're going to look at a second part in this video where I break down my personal writing topic that I'm going to write along with you guys as an example. So stay tuned and check it out.
Hello, all. This is part 2 of our informative, narrowing down the writing topic lesson. So I'm going to write something along with you guys so that I can just have something to show you and model to you, explicitly teach you. So remember, we're talking about narrowing down your topic. You're not just going to say, okay, I want to write about Minecraft. No. There's so much you could say about that. Or I'm going to write about Pokemon. Or there's so many different Pokemon that you could focus in on. You want to narrow down that topic to something you really know about and that you can inform us about. So you know me, I'm going to do music. I'm going to talk about collecting music and how to do that sort of thing. So my first big box is collecting music, because that's a big thing. There's a whole lot of ways you can do it this day and age. From when I was a kid, it was just pretty much CDs and records. Now you have all of these various ways you can do it. There's MP3, so like Apple Music, thing like streaming, Apple Music, Spotify, that sort of thing. There's still CDs. There's records or vinyl, what some people call them. And there's still, they still make cassettes. I still get a few of those every now and then. But I'm really going to focus in on records. Okay. Well, what about records? What about my collecting records? Well, there's 7-inch records to collect. Those are the small 45s. There's 12-inch records to collect. And there's 10-inch records. Not as common, but they make them. Go with 12-inch records. So I'm going to 12-inch records, 12-inchers. Okay, what about 12-inch records? What kind do I want to collect? Well, there's a few genres I enjoy, but I'm gonna go with pop punk, I'm gonna go with metal, and pop music. And I'm gonna talk about that. So then I've narrowed it down to pop punk. Then what about pop punk? How do you go about collecting pop punk records? Well, you can pre-order from labels. You can randomly search the internet. Or you can go to something like eBay or Amazon, that sort of thing. I like to do mine by pre-ordering from some specific record labels. And so my focus here as I ride along with you guys is going to be pre-order records. How do you go about doing that? Well, what if you pre-order? There's nerd packages from some websites where they offer, different color of all records, different color of one artist, different color records, limited edition type thing. There's sometimes there's just a shirt and record package. And you have to choose what color you want from some of these places. I mean, if there's just a record, you choose what color. Okay. Bam. Look how I've narrowed it down from collecting music. That's a broad thing. There's a whole lot of music in this world that I could talk about collecting. But I can break it down to pre-orders for the records I like. And how do I do that? What do I have to do to pre-order? I have to choose how I want to do it, how I want to get the stuff, from what label, that sort of thing. So what you're going to do on this activity is you are going to use this template and kind of fill it out and narrow down your informative topic.